Well, hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday here on the 60 Up members platform. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to hear me clearly today. Of course, I am seeing you in the chat box, so let me know when you're here, and also let me know if there's any problems. Last week we had a little bit of problems with the sound, so hopefully this won't happen again today. Anyways, we are in November, the month of gratitude, and I prompted you a little earlier to be thinking about something this morning, in your world that you can be a little grateful for this week. Oftentimes we focus on the negative and then we just kind of feel more negative. So let's start today off positive. Whatever it might be, feeling a little stronger, having a little more endurance, losing a pound when you wanted to, or putting on a little more muscle if that was your goal. These are all things that we are working on together, and hopefully at the end of this month we'll be all giving a lot of Thanksgiving to those people that make it possible from there to here on this platform. So I really want to get us going, get us moving today. We've got a lot planned. My focus for today is to hopefully work a little bit more on agility and coordination. So important. Sometimes we take for granted that, it's that agility, that ability to react quickly that sometimes prevents a fall, a trip, an injury. So we're going to work a little bit on that, of course, safely. So keep that in mind today. I have nearby a chair on one side, a couch on the other, so that at any time you should have something that you can also sit down, take a break if you need to. Also water, so you can have continuous water breaks, because being hydrated is so important. I can't make that point enough, that we tend to find so many of our maladies can be a little bit reduced or avoided if you stay well hydrated during the day. Okay, so that's another tip today, is to have some water nearby. Now we are going to work with music in the background. Why? It's part of coordination and agility, trying to work on beat that has a little pace to it that you have to keep up with, or maybe go a little faster, double pace it. And those are all some of the fun things we're going to do today. As usual, I will try to make sure that we get a little cardio in, so that at the end of the workout you feel like you've hit that component. And remember, that component is to try to accumulate about 20 minutes of moderate intensity, something that gets you breathing a little heavier, get your heart rate elevated into a nice steady state or training zone. Within that, we'll be overlaying some of those multitasks that are going to make the coordination, the agility, the balance all come together on, of course, the 60 Up board. So get your 60 Up board out. I'm going to get up. We're going to get warmed up. I don't know if you've been with me all week. Hi, Doug. Hi, Pat. I'm so glad you're here. Uh-oh. Am I cutting out again? Okay, that's not good, but I'm glad you told me right now so that we can make an adjustment. Let me see. I do think there's a microphone setting here, so perhaps I'm on the wrong microphone setting. Is anybody else hearing the cutout? Before I get started, I really would like to clear this up, because last week I felt it really messed with the production of it. So let's see if I can find my settings. Of course, I've got live video going, but now it's not showing me where the audio is. Where's my dashboard? So sorry, Doug, are you still hearing me cut in and out? Let's just have a little conversation before we get started. And I am really sorry about this. I'm not sure what's happening, that this is the second week somebody has mentioned that. No cutout for Pat. Well, thank you, Pat, for letting me know that. So maybe, Doug, it's on your end. With that said, I will get up and get started, but then I will immediately come back and check. And I wish I could figure out where the setting is. All these things that you have to try to know when you're online broadcasting live. This is live, by the way, guys. And that's why we're dealing with these things, right here in the here and now, so that we can clean it up and have a great workout together. Okay, well, with that said, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get started. Remember, the last 2 weeks we've been doing the 1-minute step test to see if you can improve your pace, which is part of agility. So hopefully you wrote that down and you can compare notes to what you're going to get in a few seconds here. We don't use a beat for that, and it's just a matter, and I'm going to get up and show you right now. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Oh, Doug, I sure hope that I am not cutting out any more for you. So please let me know, and I will check my comments. This is worrisome to me. Okay, I'll try to fix it. Thanks, Doug. Thanks for trying, and let me know if it makes a difference for you. All right, so what did we do the last 2 weeks of November? We had a way of monitoring whether we're progressing by using the end clip, bringing it to a spot where it's, when you lift your knee, it comes pretty parallel. It doesn't have to be exactly, but a comfortable height that seems to be parallel to the floor, or as parallel as possible. And then you count every time this leg comes up as you march in place. I like to put my hand on the clip. That way I sense when my knee gets there and I don't have to question it. And you're only going to count the one leg. The other leg, of course, will follow, but it doesn't need to be counted. We're going to go for a full minute. I've got my clock sitting next door or nearby. I'm going to scoot it forward so I can see it clearly. And then we're going to do this, and it will be considered part of our warm-up. So here we go. Stand on up, everybody. Get ready. Don't forget to count, or at least try. I know it's hard to keep your mind on that. Set, nice and tall posture, shoulders back and down. Go. Count it out. Fast as you can. Posture tall. Come on, you can do this. Breathe. Make sure to keep nice deep breaths going. I'll let you know when you're halfway. Keep that count going. Lift and go, lift and go. Get that leg up to that midway station. You're halfway there, halfway there. Don't slow down if you don't have to. Breathe, inhale and exhale. We've been doing this every week, gang. See if we can make some improvement, see some progress. 15 seconds to go. Get yourself breathing. Here we go, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay, keep moving. Give me a little step side to side. That heart rate is up. That's how you know that you are working that cardiorespiratory system. You feel the response. You feel the deeper breath. You feel the faster rate of breathing. Those are all signs of working your cardio. Good job, everybody. Now, remember that number, or walk over and write it down, and we'll get started now with the rest of this workout. Here we go. All right. Whew. That was good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little background beat. You keep moving in place, please. Try not to come to a stop just because I'm getting this music going. Here we go. All right. That'll do. I think that's about the right volume. Let me check in real quick. You guys just march in place as I come back and see if there's any comments about my sound. Good morning, Mona. I hope you can all hear me with no cutting out, because last week I was cutting out. All right, here we go. Chest up, head high, hands on the handlebars, march in place. Now remember, today we are going to be focusing on coordination, agility, speed, those qualities that get your body ready for those trying things in life, not just the run-of-the-mill walk down the block. Chest up. Every once in a while, you find you have to pick up your pace. You have to manage the world, the objects, the obstacles. Let's take this march out and in. Out, out, in, in. And of course, we'll get our cardio on. Nice deep breath, guys. We're opening up those lungs. Inhale and exhale. 4 more. 3, 2. Heel drop center. Let it bounce, but as it bounces, zip up the pelvic floor and the core. Think about your posture. Let's let those fingers tap up and down as well. Right on beat. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, march, left lead. Left, right, left. Good job. Now, it's a little quick beat, so you can't lift those knees too high or you won't get those feet up and down in time. Up, up, up. Chin up, chest up, out and in. Out, out, in, in. So in our warm-up today, we're just trying to get that internal temperature of your body elevated. Get those muscles pumping, get that heart revving up. Again, out, out, in, in. 2 more. And then heel drops again. Heels. Let's pound this time. Pound those palms down against the handles, making a little jarring action to the bones, all the way up the arm and down through the heels. Good job. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, let's take and bend the knees up and down. Just get those knees and those joints loosened and limbered. Bend and lift. Now, start to sit back more into your hip, using a little more of that hip joint. Good. You got this. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now from here, we're going to bend and then we're going to roll. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of a whiplash here as you come down and roll through. Really just feeling a nice mobilization from the hips, the ankles, the knees, and then all the way up through the spine. Good job. 4 more. That blood circulating. 3. Loosening and limbering. That's all part of warm-up. 2. Last 1. All the way up. Stand tall. Now let's reach and twist the right arm. You can let your heels bounce a little if you like that. 4 and 3, 2, other arm. Reach and twist. That shoulder joint greased up a little. And then from here, bring it down and let's slice and cross. Open, cross. Like you're painting the wall in front of you. Allow your torso to twist a little bit in that rotation or transverse plane of motion. Then go up and over like you're painting the sky. Up and over. Stretching that upper torso. Releasing tension. Bringing back mobility. Okay, other side. Across and open. Cross and open. Still taking in some nice deep breaths. Up and over. Up and over. Paint the sky. Four, 3, 2, last 1. Okay, bring it back, roll them down and back. March slow. Right, left, right, left. Now, I want you to we're going to start working slowly on a little bit of coordination and agility. We're going to start by bringing the hand off the pole to the shoulder, back, same arm. Keep that nice coordinated. I know it's going to feel a little bit awkward, isn't it? To try to keep those legs marching with that other upper body movement going on. Good. Can we switch arms? Cross, tap, cross, tap. Good. Again, march, crisscross, Now just the fact that that arm is crossing your midline is playing a little bit of a coordination game with your brain. All right, both arms if you can. See if you can crisscross without feeling uncomfortable. Still marching, and notice I'm alternating my crisscross. Which arm is top, which is bottom? Cross, cross. Oh boy, scramble that brain. Right side, left side, get those hemispheres moving together, coordinating. Ooh boy. All right, let's just plop it off again. Just bounce the heels, bounce the palms. A little jarring, little wake-up call to the bones. All right, now, right foot, tap, now left. Just tap up. We'll start easy, 1 and 1. How about that? And then we're gonna get a little bit trickier as we go on. Just let that foot tap and come back down. Warming up the lifters of the ankle, the hip, the knee. But now we're gonna coordinate it to 2 to 2. So think about where 2 is, and if you need to look down or glance down, feel free. Now 3. A little bit more reach, a little more balance needed when you do that. Back to 2. So what are we doing? Toe tap on 2. Let's go back to 1, but this time with a heel tap. Heels on 1. Good job. Now heels on 2, stay tall. Then heels on 3, out wide. A little more reach, a little more stretch. Back to 2s, heels. Now, toes on 1, heels on 2, toes on 3. Think about that. What did I say? Toes on. Back to heels. Oh, I shouldn't tell you. I should make you have to think this out. Toes on 1, heels on 2, toes on 3, heels on 2. Whew. All right, drop them again. Let's go. Up and down, little pound. Excellent. All right, now step up, left first, then right, and just grip and push. So settle your weight and push back. Settle your weight and push back. Nice. Keep going. Left foot, right foot. Again, left and right and left. Good. Couple more. Feel that gripping action on the board. That heart rate's going to start to elevate a little bit as well with this move. All right, now let's take it to the basic step. Right up, right down. Right up, right down. So for our cardio today, I'm going to build a little pattern of coordination and add in a little agility and speed to keep that heart rate up for a while. So we can get in our 20 minutes or so non-stop. Feel free to sit down if you get tired. So we're going up at a nice slow pace, up and down. Now stay on the ground and give me a little run in place. So pick up your feet, pick up your pace, up and down, up and down. Up, up, up. Double tempo. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Slow it down, left basic. Left, up, left, down. Good. Oh, and you could probably use that little bit of a slow down. I'll bet your heart rate was also racing along with your foot tempo. Here we go. Up, down. Chin up, chest up, Wiggle your fingers every once in a while so you're not over gripping those hand grips. Climbing that mountain, climbing that heart rate. Make sure you're breathing freely. And of course, if you need to take a break, take personal breaks whenever needed. Last two. Last one. And then double time. Here we go on the floor. Fast feet, fast feet. Up and down. That's it. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2. Now wide V, right, left. Join me. Here we go. It's gonna rock down and over, so it's gonna be a little less stable. Let your body adjust, let your toes and knees turn out slightly on that wider step. Sometimes people call this a wide or V step, because see, your toes are outward in a V pattern. Again, out, out. Couple more. I'm gonna combine basic V and running. Here we go. Basic, up, up, again. And then give me 2 of those V's. Here we go. Out, out, again. And then let's run it off and back. Run it off. Let's go to the races. Up and down and up and down. Faster tempo. Up and down and up and down. In 4, 3, left leg basic. Slow. Again. Left leg wide or V. And then let's run it off, but this time it won't run quite so long. 4, 3, right foot basic. Up, 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 up. 2 V's. Out, out. One more, then we're gonna run. This time in and out, so go out and in, out and in. Oh, here comes that little bit of agility. 4, 3, 2, left, up, up. Did you get it? And it's okay if you're not on the same foot for every step as I am. 2 V's, out, out. One more. Are you ready? Out and in. Here we go. Out and in, out and in. 4, 3, 2, right, lead, up, up. Whew, catch your breath. I know, this is a little challenging. Out. One more. Ready? Floor run. 4, 3, 2, left, lead, up, up. Again. Wide 2. One more, and then we're gonna add on. What do you think about that? Knee lift on a diagonal, so step diagonal. Other way, you've gotta turn your body to make this work. So turn, so the knees, the toes, and the hips go from center to cross side. Cross, lift, center, cross, lift. Center, posture tall the whole time. Cross, lift. 4 more. This is just called an alternating knee lift. 3. Good. 2 more. 1 more. All right, now run it out. Let's go. Out and in. Now, if that little quick foot out and in is difficult, stay in place. You don't have to do that. That's where agility comes in, and we need to build into it maybe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, new move. Are you ready? Step, lift, off, lift. Watch me one time, then maybe join me. Again. Step, lift, off, lift, on, lift. Step, 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 lift. I know this is tricky. Here's where that agility comes in, that coordination comes in, that pattern is a little difficult. Down, 2, up, 1, down, lift, down, lift, back, 2, up, 1, down, lift, down. Ha, you still trying to get this one? This is called an L step in a basic cardio stepping class, because you're L-ing around the corner of your step, on and off. Here we go. Back, 2, up, lift. Step, lift, on, lift. Back, 2, up, lift. Step, lift. All right, let's clear the dockets of that. Ease it out. Right, left, right. Woo! That one made you think a little. A lot of crossing, a lot of right, left brain stimulation. All right, let's go back to the basic right. Up, up, 2 times. Who remembers? Wide step for 2. Again. What's next? Run it, out and in, or just in place, whatever you like. Out and in, out and in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take a cross knee approach. Down, 2. Cross, lift, down, 2. Cross, lift. How are we feeling? Woo! Keep breathing. You got this. Again, step, lift, down, 2. Step, lift. One more. Are you ready for that crazy L step? Let's try it. Step, up, down, up, down, up, back, 2. Step, up, off, up, on, up, back, 2. Lift. Woo! You got this. Make that brain work. Step, lift, lift, lift. All right, heel drops, palm drops. Good work. We're almost halfway through. Are you ready? Leading, left basic, left basic. Again. 2 V's. You remember. One more. And here comes that little push. Ready? Out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now knee up, foot down. Cross, lift, chest high. Good job. Keep going. Again. One more. Here comes that L step. Step, knee, down, knee, up, knee, step, behind, off and on with the knee. Good. Step, behind, up, knee, down, knee, up, knee, back, behind. One more. You can do this. You got it. Good. Heel drops again. Up and down. Woo. Good job. We're ready for a water break after this. 4 and 3 and walk it off. All right. Everybody walk around for a second. Get yourself a little drink of water. Let me check in on you and see if I have any new comments. Just my good old good mornings. Hopefully, Doug, the sound is not cutting out. I'd be really happy to hear that if it's not. All right, you guys ready to get back onto it? Let's do it. All right, come on back. Whew, that was a nice little off-board pattern. Worked on coordination, worked on timing, worked on agility. Now we're going to step up, right, left, on top the board. And let's just get into a nice rocking motion. Left and right. Good work. Have a comfortable foot pattern. Sometimes that just depends on the length of your legs, but a comfortable stance for me is about 2 and 2, maybe a little shy of 2 and 2. It's okay to occasionally glance down and see where you're at on your board. Now let's just get our press and rock on. Again, focusing in more on the mind-body connection as you push through your feet. You feel the edges, you feel the arches, you feel it up the calves, into the knees, as that knee bends in the direction you want the board to go. Notice that. Whichever knee bends is the way your board is going to rock or absorb. And then you can also sit into it a little bit, power through those thigh muscles, those gluteal muscles, giving you a little stronger board reaction. And of course you can add arms, pressing and pulling in the direction you're rocking. Push. Nice. Left to right, left to right. And it's not so much that you need that arm press to get the board over. The board goes over even when you're only thinking about the bottom edges of your feet. But the reason I like using the arm press, the knee bend, the hip shift, is because it makes more muscles come into play. So it activates, it contracts. That's it, creating more dynamic movement with dynamic contraction up and down the chain of the body, feet to hands to shoulders. I can feel this in the back of my arms. I can feel this in my lats. Those are those large back muscles that are pushing that handle. Nice. Side to side. Good. Just getting our onboard grip going. That's nice. All right, let's use rhythm again for a little bit more of a tempo change. Let's go fast, fast. It's almost like you're trying to stomp something out. So it's a right, left, right. Quick, quick, we might call this. Quick, 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 quick shift. Nice. Keep going. Push and pull, heels down. Chin up, chest up. Let's go back to that slow press, where you take your time and you grip into it using that arm push, that knee bend, that hip press, really manipulating with some force, right to left, left to right. Good job. All right, you've got this. Keep that heart rate up. Keep that chin up, keep that chest up. Keep the 60 up. Let's go quick. Boom, boom, boom. Change that tempo. Pick it up. Again. All right, 4 slow. 4, 3, 2, quick 8. 4 slow. 4, 3, 2, quick 8. Again, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 8. 4, 3, 2, 1, quick. You got it. Let me see it. Hop, hop. Once more. Quick. Now let's combine it. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, boom. Side, side, hold. Side, side, hold. Good. Hold. 1, 2, hold. You got this. All right. Now let's take and walk it into 1 and 1, then out to 2 and 2. 1 and 1, 2 and 2. 1 and 1, 2 and 2. Leading right. Again. Into, out 2, into, out two. Kind of slow, right? Very precise drop and lift as we step in and out. Good job. Keep going. Let that board just rock with your step. You can look down if you need to. Now, if you can, pick it up. This is up to you. Remember, speed and agility, moving out, out, in, at a little faster pace. Lower your center of gravity a bit by bending your knees on it. If you get out when I'm in, that's okay. Just get right back on course. Wide and narrow, 2 and 1. Again. We got this. All right, center out and just bend. Woo! Heart rate probably elevated on that, didn't it? Good job. Keep bending. Let's give a little finger spread on this as well. All right, slow left lead. Slow, slow, in we go. 2, 2, 1, 1. Out, in. Good. We've got it. Out. Feel free to glance down if you're not exactly sure where your feet are falling. I'm kind of between a 2 and a 3, which is comfortable for me. How about you? All right, pick it up if you can. Notice as you try to pick up the speed and agility of this movement, you probably have to ground it a little more. Bend your knees or not lift your feet quite as high as you could at the slower rate. You might need to hold on a little tighter to those poles as well. One more and slow it down. Here we go. Notice when it's slow, you've got time to stand more upright. You have time to lift your foot a little higher to get it to the outer and inner positions on the board. Whew. Heart rate's up, right? Again, out, out, in. How are we feeling? Do a few more at this tempo, then we'll go fast again. Last 2. One more. Are you ready? Let's power up. Again, notice you might have to grip a little more, bend the knees a little more, lower the step a little. Whew. Maybe not as wide. Breathe. Let your body react. Let your heart react. Let your brain react. 4 more times. 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. All right, bring it together. Bend those knees. Let that heart rate settle. Wiggle those fingers. Whew, good job. Let's go up. Let's sit back. Let's go up. Just get a little chance to stretch some of those feet muscles. Hip muscles. Up and back. And up and back. 2 more. Up. Last one. Up. Okay. Little coordination play. Lift, tap, bring it back. Other side. Lift, tap. Now, I haven't talked about this in a while, but we do know it is very stimulating for your brain when you cross the midline with one of your limbs, meaning leg, arms. Makes your body have to think a little harder, focus in, be a little more coordinated, Good job. I'm going to make this a little tougher if you're up for it, but please feel free to stick with this easier version if it gets too tough. Good. Now I'm going to let my arm cross opposite my leg. I told you it's harder, so be ready. Up Good. Again. Up, cross, and down. Up, cross, and down. Again. One more, but you're glad that's done. All right, let's just rock it out. In the center, march or run, wherever you're comfortable. Good work. Just kind of let that brain clear for a second. Give me a nice little march or jog on that center one-to-one spot on the board. Good. Chin up, chest up. All right, ready to clear the dockets again? Here we go. Rise up on the toes, sit back in the hips. Rise up on the toes, sit back on the hips. Let your fingers wiggle. And when you sit back, bonus points if you can lift your forefoot a little bit. Good. Again. All right, now we're going to pivot and face side, right side. Okay? And so you might notice that I have my back leg on the forward red line, and the leg that's closest to you, which I'll call my front leg, is behind you as we rock that board front and back. Good. And just rock through the feet. Get comfortable in this new position, balancing on the board, really literally just one hand on the pole for stability. Moving that board through your feet, reacting through your knees, your hips, and hopefully maintaining the strong, tall torso, head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Nice. All right. Now from here, let's just balance it in the center. Good work. Balance. Figure out what you have to do. Where do you have to place your body weight to keep both ends of the board up? Work on it. Nice. Now as we're here, we're going to lunge and lift. Let your arm follow your leg pattern. So bend and raise that back arm towards the ceiling. We're slowing the cardio down. We've had a nice long cardio bout. Now we're moving into a little more balance, strength, and of course coordination coming up too. Keep going. Bend and lift. Last one. All right, now from here, put your weight back in that rear heel. Take the front knee. Lift up, push the wall, bring it down, and rock forward. Back, lift up, push the wall, and step it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step in, lift up, balance, regain that forward momentum, catching your weight in that front foot and pushing it back. Good. You got it. Strengthening, but also building balance on that rear leg. Balance. Again. 2 more. Balance and kick. 1 more. Balance and kick. Now, put the foot down. Straighten that board out. Balance in the center. See if you can let go. The ultimate in balancing on the 60-up board. More ultimate. Try looking towards me without losing that center solid positioning. You can always put a hand back on that pole if you need to, but let's look right and left. Woo! That's a challenge. Look behind, look behind, look behind, look behind. Breathe. 1 more. And then let's bring it forward. Wonderful. Oh, boy, did that foot get a little hot behind you? Probably so, because we were really working on that rear leg strength and balance there. So let the heel come up and get rid of some of that tension. Let's do a little circle roll with the ankle as we let the board shift. So when it shifts left, lift up the right. When it shifts right, lift up the left. Just create a little ankle mobility, a little blood flow, and circulation down into those feet. Good job. We're getting there. Remember, you can always take your own personal break, including stepping off and getting some water if needed. Good job. Couple more. All right, now we have to turn to the other side. So we're going to face the left wall. Your back leg, the one furthest away from you, is going to be near that red line. The other foot will be comfortably paced back, so you have a nice rocking action forward and back, rolling through the feet, putting that pressure into the thighs, keeping that core nice and tall. Just rock it out for a bit. Excellent. Keep going. Chest up, chin up. Deep breath. Ooh, excuse me. Awesome. Forward and back. Okay, let's find our center. Balance. Scoot your legs where they need to be. Center your torso where it needs to be. Bend your knees where they need to be. Try to keep that board planing in the center. And it's okay if it wobbles a little bit. See that back pole, how it was wobbling? Because as it wobbles, my brain has to say, do what it needs to do. Bring it back under control. Good job. Now, we're going to add that little back load and kick to the front, remember? So we go forward, we lift up, kick out, and bring it down. Forward, up, kick, and down. Good. Up, kick, and down. Keep going. Nice. You got it. Kick and down. Rock, kick, and down. Loading that back leg, balancing on it, and then bringing it back. Load, balance, and back. Load, balance, and back down. Good job. We're almost there. That's it. Whew, breathing. Inhale, exhale. Feel the strength in those legs. Feel what you need to do to stay tall through your torso and stacked from head to shoulders and shoulders to hips. Finding your balance. Last one, and find center again. Remember, center means maybe adjusting your feet, adjusting your knees, getting the board to float without bottoming out, trying to let go. And super challenge would be looking right to left over your shoulder. Now again, I'm telling you, that is a super challenge. So at that point, you might need to go back and hold your pole just a little bit. That's okay. Or omit the right-left twisting of the head and vision shift. But that is a way to really put another layer of intensity or complexity onto your balance work, is with head movement. Here we go. In life, we have to look right, left when we're walking down the road. So on 60 up, we want to try as much as we can to get a little functional and mimic some of the things our bodies need when they're out there in the real world. Last one, and bring it back to the center. Whoo boy, here we go again with the ankle roll, shift and roll. I don't know about you, but sometimes you'll feel a little heat build up in a muscle group or a limb, like your ankle or your thigh, especially when you've worked those muscles and taken them to their point of volitional fatigue, which is the goal of strength training, but hopefully never pain. There we go, we get to calm it down now. Isn't that nice? Nice slow roll, taking us down in intensity, bringing us back to our more grounded, just kind of neutral base of intensity, heart rate, respiration, feeling hopefully better than when we started, better than neutral. All right, 2 more, last one, and then we're gonna bring the feet together, just bring them on either side of the red line. Stand up nice and tall. Let's get our posture and alignment back in to gear. Palms on top, board centered. You want to imagine that you're carrying a plate or maybe a glass on your head. You don't want anything to spill. Hold and breathe for 4, for 3, calming down, for 2, for 1. And then from here, I want you to slide back slowly. Look at your feet. Take the right foot and let the heel hang. Now the left foot can stay forward. Just let the heel hang off and then settle into this. Bend the front knee. Settle down into a nice lengthening sensation in the ankle and calf of the right leg. You're still maybe balancing the board a little, but keep the focus a little bit more on what you're feeling or sensing in that ankle and calf muscle on the right side. Chin and chest up, a few deep breaths, inhale and exhale. And then gently from here, shift, bring that foot back up alongside the left, but this time now slide the left leg back. Toe is on the end of the board, heel drops sub-board, so below the surface of the board. Sink in, bend the knees to where you're comfortable. You don't want that back foot falling off, so you might have to adjust it if you wiggled it back too far. Get your head up, get your chest up, and just let that ankle get into a nice stretched position, adding mobility to the ankle, adding flexibility to the calf. Hold and breathe. Just let it stretch out. Especially when we do a little more of what I like to call the 60 up cardio stepping. Those calf muscles need to be a little bit more relaxed and released afterwards. So this is a great way to accomplish that. Nice deep breath. Now from here, let's go ahead and step off the board with that leg onto the ground. Good work. Just tap your toes a little. Ease out those ankles and calf muscles. Just a little tip, tap, tip, tap, tip, tap. Right there. Good job. Awesome. Now, step a little wider. Toes a bit out, knees a bit out. Let's lunge side to side in a slow stretching or mobilizing fashion. So just take it slow and try to lean into one side than the other to the point where you feel a little stretch in the inner thigh, the hip, some of those larger hip and thigh muscles as we go side to side. If you don't feel it's wide enough to get a stretch, simply kind of wiggle your feet out until you get to a width of your lunge that feels appropriate for you. Breathing nice and deep as you go side to side, slowing everything down a bit, getting our body into its recovery phase. Now hold to the right, cross so that your left hand is on the right pole, and then your right hand can rest on the thigh, the left or the right thigh. And just hold a little longer stretch. Lean into it so you get more going on in the back side of the hips and hamstrings. I'm slapping mine. Hold it there and breathe. Inhale and exhale. I always tell people if you're stretching on your own and you're not watching a clock, just think about 3 to 5 deep, slow, controlled breaths. That's usually about 20 seconds. All right, let's go to the other side. And put the right hand on the left hand on the left thigh, and a good releasing or relaxation stretch should be at least 20 seconds. It can always be longer, but 20 seconds is a nice length, 20 to 30, for you to let those muscles release, hopefully gaining back some of the length that we sometimes lose just because the muscles get a little contracted or bunched or just injured, old injuries, old scar tissue. So many reasons we lose some of our muscle suppleness and length or range of motion. Nice deep breaths, stretching in that hip joint, stretching in the hamstrings, and the hips. Now come back to the center, reposition your hands, stand nice and tall, bring the toes in. You can still have a wide stance, but instead of the toes being out, bring them forward towards me. Now lift the sternum and just arch back slightly, almost like you're trying. I'm going to turn to the side. You don't need to. So you're here, and then you're just going to take your butt or your hips and push forward a little. And that's going to throw you back just a bit, not too far. And you're going to tighten right here in your belt line so you don't overarch your back. But you want to feel like you're opening up or ironing the hip joint. So if you think of the hip joint, and when we sit, that hip joint folds up like this, folds right there. Or when you step or march or go do stepping activities, that hip joint gets folded up. We want to reverse it. So we want to push the butt forward or the hips forward. We want to lift the chest and sternum and feel a lengthening stretch down torso to the hip to the thigh. These handles make it really nice because it allows you to kind of lean back without going too far. Now tighten your buttocks muscles, because if you do, then it even creates more of a release in the opposing group, the hip flexors. So tighten your buttocks, your gluteals, whatever you like to call them. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release to neutral, meaning let the hips drop back under the shoulders, shoulders over hips, head lined up. Now, shoulder blades down and around. Good work on the lower body. Let's get rid of some tension points in the upper body before I let you go, so that you will have gratitude in your attitude for the rest of the day, because hopefully this workout gave you a sense of accomplishment, a sense of well-being, and a sense of relaxation and recovery at the end. Go ahead and pull the shoulder blades down. Now, I want you to rotate. We're going to take our left hand, put it on the right pole, and rotate to look behind our right shoulder. Stretching through the hip, through the core, through the neck. Hold it there. And then from here, pivot your feet into the right direction. So now you're in a lunge. Now, take this arm and reach back for the other pole. And lean in until you feel this stretch right here. You know, there are two areas I can tell you everybody's too tight. The first we addressed, which is the hip. The second we oftentimes don't, which is that shoulder girdle, chest complex in the front of your body. Okay? So keep your body facing right, but try to open up that arm behind you towards the left. You can even look away from it and get a little more of a neck stretch out of this as well. Looking to the back wall. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come back to the center. Ooh, did you feel that nice stretch there? I hope so. I really do hope so. Okay, settling back again, but we have what we do on the right. What do we have to do? We have to do it on the left as well, right? So once again, let's twist our body. Look behind. You've got your right hand on your left pole. you're looking behind your left shoulder, just stretching through this waist, through the spine, through the shoulders, through the neck. As you look behind, you might feel this once again in the hip flexor or the groin as well. You can let your toes and knees kind of go where they need as long as they follow each other like a rotating dish or lazy Susan. Look behind. I don't know how many of you know what a lazy Susan is. That tells your age, doesn't it? And then go ahead and let the toes turn, the knees and the hips to the left. Lean in, grabbing that pole behind you to open up the right shoulder and chest area. And again, lean and you can look behind you to get a little more stretch in the neck, the sternum area, the clavicle area. Hold and stretch. Now, did you notice, was one arm or one side a little more pliable than the other? If so, make a mental note. Know that you might have to spend a little more time on the sticky wicket, okay? Those are the imbalances that oftentimes lead to further problems and ultimately sometimes even injuries. So in order to avoid that, we always try to do things equally, pivot back to the center and just loosen up, loosen up. We try to do things equally with the right side, the left side, the front side, the back side, the top side, the bottom side. We try to create workouts that create balance, but it's only you that can notice the imbalance. So when you do, that's a little extra homework that you might need to plug in post-workout. Spend a few extra seconds strengthening or stretching the sides that seem to be lagging behind. All right, with that said, let's start to wrap this up. Let's take a nice deep breath with the right arm and think about one thing you are grateful today. Put it in your brain, bring it back. It's my grandson's 7th birthday. I'm grateful for that. Other side up. What's another thought? I have 2 healthy parents in their 90s. Oh, what a wonderful thought that is. And then both arms, this time, give it a big hug. Think about how grateful you are for you, for this, for us, for what Dan has given us in this platform called the 60 Up Members page. And give yourself a big hand. Thank you, guys. I'm hoping that the communication was strong today and that you were even stronger. And I will be posting this on YouTube. So if you didn't get a chance to do it live, you can always catch us on YouTube. Thanks again. Have a great week. See you next week, our last week before Thanksgiving. So keep those grateful thoughts coming, and we'll be thankful next week for so much more. Take care. Half a heart.